Ever wonder why some people build wealth while others feel stuck? It's not luck or just income. It's the tiny daily habits quietly building your fortune or draining it. Tap-to-pay coffees, one-click buys, easy deliveries. Today, we're counting down 20 things. People who struggle financially do that, the wealthy simply don't. We're going to expose the common money mistakes that can trap you in a cycle of debt and reveal the simple habits the rich use to build lasting wealth. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a practical roadmap to completely change your financial story, starting today. Let's get into it. Kicking things off at number 20 is prioritizing short-term gratification. This is the classic "I want it now" mindset. It's the rush of spending your paycheck on things that feel good in the moment. A fancy dinner, a new gadget, with no thought for tomorrow. This habit guarantees you're always starting over from zero. The rich, on the other hand, are masters of delayed gratification. They understand that a dollar saved and invested today is worth far more down the road. Think of it like a small snowball rolling down a hill. It starts tiny, but it picks up more snow and grows bigger and faster all on its own. That's the magic of compound interest. They treat saving and investing like their most important bill, always paying their future selves first. At number 19, we have the habit of trying to figure it all out alone. This is like trying to navigate a dense jungle without a map or a guide. You'll likely end up walking in circles and getting nowhere. People who struggle financially often lack a network of successful people to learn from. They might take financial advice from friends or family who are in the same boat, instead of seeking out proven expertise. The wealthy actively build a net worth network. They find mentors and surround themselves with successful people who can offer solid guidance, open doors, and help them sidestep costly mistakes. They know that the right advice is priceless. Number 18 is bleeding money through 1,000 tiny cuts, specifically unnecessary fees. We're talking about out-of-network ATM fees, overdraft penalties, and those sneaky monthly account maintenance charges. They seem small, but like termites in the walls of your financial house, they add up and quietly eat away at the foundation of your savings. The wealthy manage their cash with precision. They plan their withdrawals, choose banking services that don't nickel and dime them, and keep a close eye on their balances to avoid these pointless, profit-draining fees. The habit at number 17 is thinking that education stops the day you get your diploma. Many people stop actively learning, especially when it comes to money. This lack of financial literacy is one of the biggest roadblocks to building wealth. In contrast, the wealthy are committed to lifelong learning, treating their minds like a blade that must be constantly sharpened. In his book, Rich Habits, researcher Tom Corley found that a large majority of wealthy individuals read for self-improvement for at least 30 minutes every day. They devour books and take courses on money, investing, and business to keep their minds sharp and spot new opportunities. Coming in at number 16 is the "I'll deal with it later" approach to money. This is like noticing a small leak in your boat and deciding to deal with it later. That procrastination doesn't just kick the can down the road, it turns a small problem into a full-blown financial fire that threatens to sink you. It looks like ignoring that growing credit card balance, putting off car repairs until you break down, or just letting bills pile up. The rich tackle problems head-on. They know that ignored issues don't just disappear. They get bigger and more expensive. They face financial challenges directly, whether it's by negotiating a debt payment plan or handling preventative maintenance. At number 15, we have the habit of consistently overspending on convenience. Think daily coffees, frequent takeout, and food delivery services. While it seems cheap and easy in the moment, this is like willingly paying a daily convenience tax that can blow a massive hole in your budget month after month. The wealthy understand that small, conscious choices have a huge impact. They often prioritize planning meals and cooking at home, which is not only healthier, but also frees up hundreds of dollars a month that can be put toward wealth-building goals. The habit at number 14 is trying to navigate your financial life without a map. This is like setting sail across an ocean with a vague goal of reaching land, but no map or compass. It leads to aimless spending and living from one financial fire to the next. People who struggle financially often have vague goals like be rich or no goals at all. Wealthy people are masters of goal setting. They create a crystal-clear vision for their future and then break it down into specific, measurable, and time-bound financial goals. This detailed plan acts as their North Star, guiding their daily decisions and keeping them on track. At number 13 is the habit of playing it too safe. Fear of loss can be paralyzing, causing many people to avoid any form of risk, especially investing. They see the stock market or business ventures as just for the rich or too risky, and end up missing out on the most powerful wealth-building tools available. The rich understand the crucial difference between gambling and taking calculated risks. Gambling is like sprinting across a 6-lane highway with your eyes closed. A calculated risk is like using the crosswalk after checking for traffic. They don't run from risk. They manage it. They do their homework, diversify their investments, and take smart chances that have a high potential for reward. Number 12 reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of how wealth is built. People who struggle financially tend to spend their money on liabilities. Think of these as anchors that weigh your financial ship down, things that take money out of your pocket and lose value over time, like new cars, the latest gadgets, and fast fashion. The rich focus on acquiring assets, things that put money in their pockets. These are like sails on your ship, catching the wind and propelling you forward. They buy investments like stocks, real estate, and businesses that generate income and grow in value. They know you can't build a fortune by buying things that are guaranteed to be worth less tomorrow. Dropping in at number 11 is letting emotions call the shots on your finances. This could be buying a car because you love that new car smell, without calculating the total interest you'll pay. Or it could be any large purchase based on a fleeting feeling instead of cold, hard logic. A wealthy individual, like a seasoned pilot flying through a storm, learns to trust their instruments, the data, the research, and the long-term impact, instead of reacting to the turbulence of fleeting feelings. Before any big purchase, they do their research, compare all the options, and analyze the long-term impact on their net worth. All right, we're halfway through. If you're getting value out of this, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. And if you want more content designed to help you master your money, make sure you subscribe. Now, let's get back to the list. At number 10 is the mistake of thinking that saving and investing are the same thing. Many people park all their extra cash in traditional savings accounts where it earns next to nothing. With inflation, your money is on a treadmill. It looks like it's staying put, but its actual buying power is slowly going backward. The rich know a savings account is for emergencies, not for building wealth. While high-yield savings accounts are great for your emergency fund, the wealthy consistently invest their long-term money into assets like stocks and real estate that are designed to outpace inflation and grow their wealth exponentially. Number 9 is the habit of depending on pure luck for financial success. Studies, like those by Tom Corley, have noted that people struggling financially are far more likely to play the lottery regularly, viewing it as their only real shot at getting rich. The wealthy, in stark contrast, almost never rely on gambling. They know that building a fortune isn't about random chance. It's about disciplined strategy and consistent action. They see the lottery for what it is, a tax on people who don't understand the rules of money. Coming in at number 8 is letting lifestyle creep inflate the two biggest parts of your budget, housing and food. This is like slowly turning up the heat on a frog in a pot of water. You don't notice the danger until it's too late. While many financial experts recommend keeping housing costs below 25–30% of your take-home pay, those who struggle often let this category expand, leaving little room for anything else. Wealthy people are disciplined about living below their means, even as their income grows. This creates a large gap between what they earn and what they spend, a gap they use to invest and accelerate their wealth. In fact, research shows that many millionaires live in modest homes, not mansions. The habit at number 7 is falling for the siren song of a sale, luring you into buying things you don't actually need just because they're on sale. This leads to a cluttered home and wasted money, all disguised as being a smart shopper. The rich are intentional with their spending. They don't buy something just because it's 50% off. They buy it because they have a genuine need for it. They prioritize value and quality over a cheap price tag and would rather pay full price for something they'll use than get a discount on something that will just gather dust. At number 6 is chasing trends and buying things for status. This is like spending a fortune on the best hiking gear, but never actually climbing the mountain. It's the habit of upgrading your phone every year, buying designer clothes you can't afford, or leasing a luxury car just to keep up appearances. It's spending money to look rich, which is the fastest way to never be rich. The wealthy don't care about impressing you with trends. In fact, one study by Tom Corley found that 55% of the millionaires he surveyed buy used cars, not new ones. They spend money on things that build their wealth, not their public image. Coming in at number 5 is using debt as a crutch instead of a tool. People who struggle financially often get trapped by high-interest debt from credit cards and personal loans used for consumption. This bad debt is like a ball and chain, leading to a nightmare cycle of minimum payments that can last for decades. The wealthy understand how to use debt strategically. They maintain excellent credit, giving them access to cheap loans. They then use this good debt like a lever, allowing them to lift heavy assets, like a cash-flowing rental property that they couldn't lift on their own. At number 4 is the incredibly dangerous habit of spending money you don't even have yet. This is like eating tomorrow's lunch today. It feels good for a moment, but it guarantees you'll be hungry tomorrow. This approach guarantees you're always playing catch-up, digging yourself into a deeper hole before your income ever hits your account. The rich live by a simple, powerful rule. If you can't pay cash for it, you can't afford it. They avoid consumer debt at all costs. This keeps them in control of their finances and free from the stress of owing money to anyone. The critical mistake at number 3 is operating with a $0 safety net. Without an emergency fund, any unexpected event, a car repair, a surprise medical bill, or a job loss, instantly becomes a full-blown crisis that forces you into high-interest debt just to survive. The rich make building a robust emergency fund a top priority. They typically keep 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in an easily accessible high-yield savings account. This fund acts as a financial shock absorber, allowing them to handle life's surprises without derailing their long-term goals. The second most destructive habit is actively avoiding financial knowledge. Many people find topics like budgeting, investing, and taxes to be intimidating or boring, so they just ignore them. This is like trying to play a complex game like chess without ever learning the rules. You are almost guaranteed to lose. This ignorance is incredibly expensive, leading to decades of poor decisions and missed opportunities. The wealthy are lifelong students of finance. They spend time learning about money, markets, and economic trends, so they can make smart, informed decisions. They don't just work hard for their money, they learn how to make their money work hard for them. And the number one thing people who struggle do that the rich don't is live without a budget. A significant percentage of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, spending every dollar that comes in with no real plan. This is the single biggest barrier to building wealth. The rich, without exception, know exactly where their money is going. For them, a budget isn't a prison cell, it's a ship captain's navigation plan. It tells your money exactly where to go to reach its destination, instead of letting it drift aimlessly and wondering where it went. According to Tom Corley's research, many wealthy people aim to save at least 20% of their net income and live on the remaining 80%. A budget is about control. It's about telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. As we've seen, the gap between financial struggle and financial freedom isn't a matter of luck. It's a matter of habits. And the great news? Every single one of these habits is a choice. You can choose to stop trading your future for today. You can choose to create a budget. You can choose to invest in your own education. It's the small, conscious choices you make every single day that build the foundation for a wealthy life. You have the power to change your financial story, starting right now. So, I have a question for you. Which habit from this list are you going to tackle first? Drop a comment below and let me know. Your journey to financial freedom starts with that one decision. And for more videos on how to build wealth and master your money, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.